The Philippines is a country of paradoxes. We are consistently ranked among the most social people on earth, yet we spend our time in digital spaces that are increasingly hostile. Experts call us patient zero for digital disinformation, but it's not just fake news about history or politics anymore. In 2026, the threat has hit our wallets from fake job offers to AI generated love scams and phishing schemes. The Philippines has become a playground for global predators. Today, we're looking at the perfect storm, how high mobile access, a literary crisis, and the culture of trust have made us the most targeted and vulnerable internet users in the world. Usually on this channel, we talk about the offensive side of money, how to invest, how to build your portfolio, and how to reach that seven-figure goal. But today we are playing defense. Because here is the truth. It doesn't matter how fast you grow your wealth if you leave the front door wide open. In our rush to find the shortcut or the next big thing, we become vulnerable. We are some of the most hyper-connected people on Earth, yet in 2026 we are being targeted at a record-breaking rate. Let's look at the cold, hard numbers. According to the 2025 State of Scam Report, a staggering 77% of Filipino adults encountered a scam in the last year. That is 3 out of every 4 people you know. But this is the stat that should keep you up at night. On average, a Filipino adult faces 239 scam attempts per year. That is nearly one attempt every single day. If you aren't being scammed at breakfast, they're trying again by dinner. In late 2025, reports show that the average loss per victim was roughly 11,896 pesos. Now, to a high net worth investor, that might seem small, but for the average Filipino, that is a month of groceries, a tuition payment, or the seed money for a small business. In 2025 alone, the total loss to scams across surveyed countries hit $442 billion, and the Philippines is a major contributor to those criminal profits. The most common bait: investment scams. When we see our portfolios moving slowly, we get tempted by that guaranteed 10% to 30% monthly return Facebook ad. We aren't being stupid, we are just being impatient. And in the digital world, impatience is the most expensive emotion you can have. But don't think these are just obvious shady links. Scammers in 2026 are using a veneer of legality to trick even smart investors. Look at the headline from March 23, 2026. The SEC officially revoked the registration of 2 firms, Valtoro Spartan Consultancy and Recson Land Ventures. Why did people fall for them? Because they weren't hidden. They were just registered corporations. The Valtoro Spartan offered plans promising returns as high as 912.5% in a year. Imagine that temptation. If you're trying to fast track your portfolio, that looks like a godsend. Meanwhile, Recson Land enticed people to invest 30,000 pesos per share to be co-owners of a hostel, promising passive income for the next 30 years. It looked like real estate. It felt like a legacy. But the SEC found out it was a Ponzi scheme. The profits were just the money from new investors being handed to the old ones. The SEC fined their officials 1 million pesos each and banned them for life. But the money, it's usually gone. These weren't just gullible people. These were Filipinos trying to invest in their future who were betrayed by a company that had official papers on the wall. People often ask, are Filipinos just gullible? It's a harsh word, but let's look at the psychology. Scammers don't hack your bank's encryption, they hack you. Our culture is built on bayanihan and paggalang. We are a trusting people, and data from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas reveals that 76% of fraud losses come from social engineering. That's the human element. Scammers use our desire for wealth against us. They use financial influencers, often fake AI personas or hacked accounts, to create a sense of legitimacy. We have affinity bias. We trust people who look like us, talk like us, and share our values. Then there is this secret narrative. Scammers tell you that the mainstream media or big banks are hiding the truth from you. They make you feel like an insider, and this isn't just gullibility, it's a weaponized version of our own culture. We value personal recommendations over impersonal bank warnings, so we click the link. And this vulnerability is backed up by a systemic education crisis. We have a high basic literacy rate, over 90% of us can read and write our names, but functional literacy, the ability to analyze complex information, is in a tailspin. The EdCom 2026 report is a wake-up call. It highlights that nearly 50% of learners aren't reading at grade level by grade 3, but it gets worse as they grow. By grade 12, mastery in critical thinking is found to be as low as 0.47% in some national assessments. And for a decade, free Facebook and free basics allowed millions to see headlines but not the actual articles or fact-checking images. This created a nation of headline readers. If you can't see the photo, you can't see the bad Photoshop. If you can't click the link, you can't see the source. It's a fake website. When you combine a lack of critical reading skills with a platform that hides the evidence behind a data paywall, you get a population that is incredibly easy to manipulate with a 15-second TikTok video. In 2026, the game changed. We are no longer just dealing with poorly written text messages. We are dealing with AI-generated disinformation. Scammers are now using deepfakes of government officials to tell you to click a malicious link. I want you to grow your wealth. I want you to have a six-figure portfolio, but I also want you to keep it. The shortcut is always a trap. If an investment opportunity comes through random Telegram groups, a Facebook ad, or a tita who says she found a glitch in the system, run. The best defense is a digital pause. First, verify the source. Is this a SEC-registered entity with a secondary license to sell securities? Second, check the grammar. Literacy works both ways. Scammers often make mistakes. Third, kill the urgency. If they say you have to invest now or lose out, they are trying to bypass your logic. We are a nation of believers, but it's time we become a nation of skeptics. Protect your hard-earned money. Don't let a 10-minute scam ruin 10 years of your work. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. If you have learned something today, please like and subscribe because that helps the channel out. Let the comments know if you have been scammed before so you can help others in avoiding it. Thank you again, and I'll see you on the next one.